Welcome to the STPL. My name is Kix. Joining me is Rapid, and we're about to bring you another game.
That's right, Kix. It's good to be back for oh wow, I heard your voice twice because I forgot to mute the stream. My bad. All right, now I'm ready. Thanks for having me again, Kix. It's good to be back. I know we cut things short a little bit short last time, so now we're back to finish up the series from last time with Red versus DM.
Yep, so just quickly, let's have a look at the current standings of Group B before we go into our third match from Group B this week. It's going to be Net Wars in the top of the group with the 2-0. They're the only team so far that have played their second game, so... Wait, no they're not. BWO 1-1. That confused me. But Soul Gaming in second, IRK in third, DM currently in fourth, BWL in 5th, and Red currently in 6th in their group. They did actually go 0 for 4 against their their week 1 opponents, so this is going to be a little bit of an important match for them to try and keep themselves in the group. Obviously there's 8 weeks still to go, but a long path for them to try and come back.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's still, I don't want to say it's the beginning of the season, as we are starting to kind of get towards the middle part of it, but there's still plenty of time to come back. You just really do have to, start turning things around. And, I never know exactly how much time players are committing to, practicing for STPL. So sometimes you get teams that really do turn it around because their players are really trying super hard. And then sometimes it seems like, a team shows up and is very consistent. I'll put it that way, over the course of the tournament. But I really do hope that we do see some variation here.
I like your style, friend.
Yeah, and thanks once again for the sub, Hinamu. That's going to be your 14th month in a row, which is insane. I didn't even realize I'd been streaming for 14 months.
Yeah,
so...
I was going to say, what you made your Twitch channel like 6 months ago. Here moves the fraud.
Yeah, he's just making up numbers, but DM did go 3 for 2 in their first game, so they actually won in the ace match. Now Red, last season, were a very strong team, came 4th overall. DM came 4th in round 1, didn't make it into the playoffs in round 2, but last round they did pretty well. They went 3 for 3. I mean, Red, of course, with the strongest score there of 6 for 2, but that's just because Red had an insane round last time. Now, they're going to be moving on to these maps today. We're going to have set 1 on Katrina SE, set 2 on Sim Peaks of Baekdu, set 3 Neo Ground Zero, set 4 Plasma, and if we go to that ace match, it's going to be on Coliseum 2.
Okay, I actually really like this order. I'm getting more and more familiar with Katrina. Shin Peaks of Baekdu is my favorite map, and yeah, the only weird one is Plasma, and because we play all 4 sets, Plasma is just gonna be so crazy, especially in PvPs, and that is what it is for that 4th map.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a TVP to start us off on Katrina between Cryoc and Xenosky, a PBZ between Eriador and Yaj on Shin Peaks of Baekdu, a ZBT between Ku and Kiri on Neo Ground Zero, and a PvP to finish us off before the ace match on Plasma, so that should be a lot of fun. But our first 2 players here gonna be for Red, even enlisted for Cryoc. It's gonna be Cryoc. Last round he did go 7 for 1. He's currently 1 for 2 against Protoss though, so he's certainly been a bit more of a TBZ sniper for Red so far. But his opponent for DM gonna be Xenosky. Now Xenosky hasn't appeared as much for DM throughout the tournament. He did only go, well, he went 0 for 2 last round, so not nearly as many games played by him. But did win his week 1 game, so starting off round 3 with a strong start, and they're going to be heading on to Katrina SE.
Okay, that's a cool order. I don't know what to expect from Xenosky. Like you said, he hasn't really been coming out a whole lot, but Cryoc is just a monster. And I want to point out someone that I am very jealous of, because my man, Herbmon, is chilling in Germany right now with Red Warrior, of course, the leader of Clan Red. So a big shout out to him, and of course, because Cryoc is on Clan Red, Herbmon got to chill with Cryoc mere moments ago.
Wow.
I'm very jealous of that. I do want to point that out.
I had no idea they were doing that meetup, but that's kind of cool. I wonder if anyone, like, I wonder how many other people went to Warriors. I know he was planning on inviting a few people, but...
Well, Kix, ask me if Herbon invited me.
Did Herbmon invite you?
No, Kix, no. I did not get invited. I'm very salty about that. Cryoc did get invited. He was there. He was chilling out with T45, Ku, and Red Warrior, and a couple of other guys there. So super, super sick. I just wanted to give a big shout out to Herbmon for being a jerk, but also for having a sick time and for meeting the guy that we're going to cast today, Cryoc.
Yep, so let's head on over to the game. We're going to be heading on to Katrina. It's Red versus DM, Game 1. And starting us off here in the 3 o'clock position, we do have as the Yellow Terran fighting for red, it's going to be Cryoc.
That's right, and his opponent in the bottom 6 o'clock location in the, we can call this teal, although I believe the correct name is Malachite. This is XzOz, of course, playing for DM.
Now, in the sort of previous match we saw on Monday, we actually saw yet another kind of crazy PvP on this map. We also saw a TBT on this map as well between Naukan and Naukan and 3S, which was kind of sick. But PvT going to be very, very fun here. We're going to have likely a pretty quick push, I would say, coming out from Cryoc, but very easy to take your second base on this map. So should see a fairly quick natural coming in from him. And maybe XzOz could look to be a little bit cheesy. Obviously not sure if that's going to come in, but Cryoc a very strong opponent to go up against. When you're up against such a strong opponent, you can see some very interesting plays come out from our players.
Yeah, I would say that most likely we aren't going to see anything too crazy from XzOz, or from Cryoc rather. I would always give him, almost always rather, give him maybe a slight edge. He's been such a powerhouse for Red over many seasons, so I'm looking forward to getting a chance to see how they want to decide to play this. And you know, the Katrina is a little bit weird because you have these arcing paths between the bases. When you consider the way that these power generators work, there's like, you can kind of wall off there, but then you can kind of also go out you know, near the ramp and maybe start something up, but it is a little bit weird against early shenaniganry. And hey, look what we're going to see. It is a 12 Nexus from XzOz.
Yeah, 12 Nexus, a very, very greedy build, but as we've pointed out before, obviously the natural is actually behind the main, so by defending the front choke, you can actually defend that very, very easily against those sorts of bunker rush plays and things like that. So, going to be a little bit harder for Cryoc to really try and put any pressure on that as well. And I mean, XzOz is going to get the first scout too, so... sorry, Cryoc's going to get the first scout even. I didn't even realize XzOz hadn't scouted yet.
Yeah, I mean, this for Cryoc is absolutely crucial because if you scout your opponent going for a 12 Nexus, you can absolutely truck out a few Marines, run across the map, and we saw Sharp do this in ASL. It's been done countless times in the KSL qualifiers. You can just go kill the dude. But, you know, theoretically, the only thing stopping you from doing that is that they're scouting you and we'll see it coming. But XzOz is not scouting Cryoc yet, so if he chooses to go for that, that is a very potent strategy against this opener.
Yeah, and I mean, he is continuing to build Marines right now. Now, the one benefit I think usually you have when you pull the Marines and SCVs against this kind of play is you can actually build the bunker by the Nexus, but it's going to be very difficult to get his Marines past the gateways, which is often a bit of a bottleneck that you can see. And I mean, the ramp is usually kind of the moment where the Protoss player has to pull back to. But in this case, the Protoss player won't need to pull back because he'll already have all of his stuff there, including probes, if he needs to pull them. So that's going to be a little bit of a benefit for him.
Now, the SCV is still scouting inside the Protoss base, so Cryoc will get a chance to come back in here and get vision of everything that's going on. I will say that there is, you know, besides just rushing you know, with a few Marines in a bunker and go, you can definitely one base at this point and try to, you know, hit the Protoss before the economy really kicks in. but you're on a timer if you decide to do that. I guess you're always on a timer if you're going to be playing aggressively.
Yeah.
So I want to see what the strat is here from Cryoc, because he's not dealing with a normal situation.
Yeah, now Cryoc's decision here is to actually go into a very quick starport. Now, this is a very strong play on this map. Obviously, there's a lot of droppable terrain outside the range of the vision of that Nexus, so that's one way you can try and circumvent the fact that the Protoss should have their main front defended already by these two gateways. Now, the first two Dragoons are out with that Zealot. We see the control tower coming on for the starport as well, and we see Cryoc immediately going into mines with vultures, because behind this he knows there's not really too much chance of Xenosky really putting any pressure on him early on.
Yeah, and I would say that, you know, anytime you know your opponent's early starting build, you kind of know what their capabilities will be like, you know, at different phases of the game. And one of the reasons that might be in Cryoc's mind is saying, hey, my opponent went for a lot of economy early on, their tech is going to be way slower. So he instantly goes up into the 1-1-1 and just powers through the tech tree, and now might be looking to leverage that advantage against an opponent whose primary army is just going to be these gateway units.
Yeah, he's even adding on another 2 gateways here just to make sure he doesn't die to anything kind of crazy early on. 2 factory plays, while not a direct counter to a 12 next, which seems kind of counterproductive. Obviously they are still going to be a problem. There's that high ground above the sort of main ramp as well that Terran can kind of abuse, but we've got a vulture going on the side.
You said 2 factory play, right?
Yeah, but there's no 2 factory play here, so...
Okay. Just making sure I didn't miss that.
Yeah, no, it looks like we're going to have the vultures dropping down. They're going to see the second 2 gateways, going to lay some mines here. Now this is going to be a little bit difficult for Xenosky to really push back through. And it looks like Xenosky doesn't want to worry about it. He's just going to send his probes back and start to mine from his main.
Oh, this is tragedy. This is just, I think this is almost GG. This is the power of, like I said, that extra tech. You've got the dropship, whereas your Protoss opponent does not have a lot to work with here. And he's actually going to, I believe, save all 3 of these vultures.
The mines! The mines!
Oh my god, no! Oh wow, oh my god. He targeted those down perfectly.
Yeah, that could have gone much, much worse. He could have lost 90% of his army.
Oh, he's gonna go back in and get more probes. Alright, well, we're gonna fire these Dragoons. They are doing a terrible job stopping this rush. And more importantly, if you even just kill off one of the vultures, then they can't one-shot probes anymore. But
yeah,
he like weakened all 3 of them, so they were running in just killing so many probes. So that's probably 15 probes that just went down or more.
And this isn't it either. There's 2 tanks being brought in by a dropship. Gonna have siege mode very, very soon. Picking them up against the Dragoons, gonna allow them to get away, but that's still a very strong option that Cryoc still has. And you can see Xenosky is going to have to keep a lot of units back now, and that allows Cryoc to secure his expansion back at home.
I don't even know if Cryoc needs an expansion. Honestly, if he just all-in after that much damage, I mean, you're going to be having a good time. Plus, you have to keep in mind that most of Xenosky's army is Dragoons. And so if Dragoons are back in the back near his natural, they're not going to be able to get to the front. So that really limits his gateway army. Right now, realistically, the forces he has to fight with are like 2 to 4 Dragoons. And that's about it. And oh, by the way, he also has to kill off the gateway at his natural. Or at his main.
Yeah, we saw that a little bit earlier, causing a few problems for Xenosky getting out of his base.
Yeah.
So that's one of the awkward things. I mean, he's going to be down to 3 gateways again. He really does need as much unit production as possible, but the main thing he needs to worry about right now is probe production. And how is that looking? It looks like he's been doing a pretty good job of it, really trying to replenish those probes that he lost. I mean, we've got him clearing out a few extra mines. Looks like he's going to send this damaged Dragoon out in front to try and eat anything.
Yep.
But Cryoc's doing a good job with his map control.
Yeah, pretty good play there. I will say that also Xenosky's getting back out on the map. You know, he's being active, clearing mines, and trying to get this Nexus stuff. But, ooh, Speed Vultures, they're pretty good at maintaining that map control. So more mines, more Vultures, you know, out on the map for Cryoc. And I really just think at this point his macro is going to hit like a truck. And if Xenosky can't stop that, then obviously he will not be alive much longer.
Yeah, now we do have the Academy in for Cryoc. Notice that he hasn't actually needed to really scan, so he's not even built a scanner yet. Been using his gas Well, I was going to say for other things, but he's actually got 400 gas saved up at the moment, so not sure if he's planning on adding 4 factories to take this up to a 6 fact very, very shortly. But he's definitely saving a little bit of money, and there's the first extra factory going down now. Is he going to push behind this? Looks like he actually went for a double drop in the main, and he may even be able to take down the natural with this. All the goons stuck back in the third base now. Oh, this is not looking good for Xenos.
What are you going to do? I mean, and also at the same time, XzOz knew that this was a possibility. He knew that it was, a weakness that he had earlier. He is actually pushing in to try to get through the mines, but the siege tanks are protecting the mines, which are protecting the siege tanks, which are protecting the mines, you get the idea.
Yeah.
So, very, very good drop location.
Yeah, great drop location as well. No robotics facility. Well, there is a robotics facility, but no shuttle or anything like that to allow him to build any zealots to drop on top of these tanks. So we're going to see Cryoc once again bring in more units in these dropships. He's bringing Marines and SCVs as well. And GG! XzOz taps out as he knows there's nothing he can do.
Ooh, man, what a game. I mean, if you guys are watching this, this is one of those, we need a PSA, like a parental advisory where we say, don't try this at home. 12 Nexuses are for professionals only. If you try that on a ladder, you might be able to get away with it, but chances are you will die because A, no one does anything except 9-pull you, and B, it's really hard to pull that off against an opponent that finds out about it as early as Cryoc did.
Yeah, I mean, that's an insane job by Cryoc there, and I mean, great usage of that double dropship to really put on the hurt at the end. And XzOz just wasn't prepared, but let's see if DM's next player is going to be a little bit more prepared than that as we head into our second game just